Imagine a single plant that can completely fuel every engine you own right now. You could power your diesel truck, your gasoline car, and your backyard generator from one single crop. Even wilder, an isolated community in Pennsylvania is quietly growing this specific fuel plant completely legally today. This is not some futuristic experiment or a modern laboratory breakthrough created by high-tech scientists. It is an ancient agricultural secret that was deliberately buried under the ground back in 1937. The global oil industry spent millions of dollars to ensure you would never see this hidden crop. If you think you are completely dependent on local gas stations, this story will change everything. A major university recently proved that 97% of this plant oil converts directly into fuel. That single statistic explains exactly why powerful men fought so hard to make this crop illegal. Before it was banned, over 2,000 independent fuel stations vanished overnight from the American Midwest. This hidden history stretches from deep inside Amish country to the brilliant mind of Henry Ford himself. You do not even need a massive farm to make this incredible fuel system work for you. It can be done on a tiny quarter-acre plot with a simple backyard garden shed. Let us travel deep into Lancaster County, where old road signs carry a very peculiar historical name. You will drive past fields that look exactly like ordinary American farmland at a quick glance. But if you meet a traditional farmer there, you might see something that completely shocks your senses. They can walk into a wooden barn and pull down a simple jar of clear oil. When poured directly into an old tractor engine, the machine roars to life with zero hesitation. There is absolutely no black smoke, no strange coughing sounds, and no engine modifications at all. When you ask where that fuel came from, the farmer will simply point out at his field. The incredible plant behind this secret is industrial hemp, a crop with a deeply misunderstood American history. For decades, the public was intentionally confused about the massive difference between industrial hemp and illegal narcotics. True industrial hemp contains virtually no psychoactive compounds and cannot get anyone high no matter what. The United States government finally made it completely legal to grow and transport this crop in 2018. It is now legally identical to growing fields of yellow corn, green soybeans, or golden wheat. Yet for 80 long years before that modern law, hemp was treated like a highly dangerous substance. The real reason for that historic ban had absolutely nothing to do with public health or safety. It was entirely about protecting massive corporate fortunes and stopping a cheap, renewable source of engine fuel. Hemp seeds naturally contain more than 30% pure natural oil by weight when harvested from fields. This rich oil can be extracted easily using a basic mechanical cold press in your own shed. Once you have the raw oil, a simple chemical reaction transforms it into highly efficient biodiesel. You mix the seed oil with basic methanol and a tiny bit of ordinary household lye. The liquid quickly separates into a layer of raw biodiesel and a layer of natural glycerin soap. After a quick water wash and drying process, it is ready for any diesel engine ever built. Most people do not realize that the original diesel engine was never meant to run on petroleum. Rudolf Diesel built his historic compression ignition engine in the late 19th century to help independent farmers. In the year 1900, he publicly demonstrated his brilliant new engine at the Grand World Fair. He operated the machinery flawlessly using pure peanut oil to prove that plants could power modern industry. Diesel dreamed of a beautiful world where local farmers could easily cultivate their own fuel supplies sustainably. He envisioned total energy independence for agriculture before he mysteriously vanished from a steamship in 1913. After his sudden disappearance, big oil companies stepped in and made crude oil the global standard fuel. But what about the regular gasoline engines inside your daily driver car, lawnmower, or chainsaw? This is where the second incredible fuel from this miracle plant enters the grand historical picture. After pressing the seeds for oil, you are left with thousands of pounds of woody green stalks. These tough fibers are packed with natural cellulose that can be broken down into simple plant sugars. Through a basic fermentation process, those sugars transform into pure, high-grade ethanol for gasoline engines. Every single gallon of regular gasoline you buy today already contains up to 10% blended ethanol. The only difference is that commercial fuel uses corn, while hemp provides two fuels at once. Henry Ford understood this beautiful concept perfectly when he designed his famous historical Model T automobile. His early cars were specially built to run on gasoline, pure ethanol, or any mixture of both. Ford publicly declared that the future of American fuel would come from wild weeds and organic matter. He spent massive amounts of his own money building biomass processing plants to extract industrial materials. In 1941, Ford unveiled a revolutionary prototype car with body panels made completely from plants. He swung a heavy metal axe into the car on camera to prove its incredible strength. The unique vehicle was designed to run beautifully on pure ethanol, brewed directly from independent American fields. But by the time Ford revealed his plant-based car, a dark law had already passed. In 1937, a powerful federal group quietly pushed through the highly restrictive Marijuana Tax Act. They deliberately used an unfamiliar slang word to confuse the public and hide the plant's true identity. If they had used the word hemp, every single farmer in America would have protested the law. The clever word swap successfully severed the connection between a highly useful crop and a targeted corporate ban. The head of the Narcotics Bureau needed a new enemy to justify his department's federal budget. He found powerful allies in wealthy industrial tycoons who viewed hemp as a massive threat to profit. A prominent newspaper tycoon owned vast timberlands and viewed cheap hemp paper as a direct business danger. Meanwhile, a massive chemical company had just patented synthetic nylon and advanced wood pulp processing methods. The wealthy Secretary of the Treasury happened to be heavily invested in that exact chemical empire. Finally, the massive Rockefeller oil monopoly realized that cheap plant fuel would completely destroy their petroleum market. These powerful men used sensationalized newspaper stories to spread intense fear and bias throughout the American public. Even though top medical experts protested the law, Congress passed the historic ban with almost zero attention. That exact same year, a revolutionary plant-based fuel blend was selling fast across the American Midwest. This clean alcohol fuel blend was being sold at over 2,000 independent service stations simultaneously. Drivers loved the renewable fuel because it worked perfectly and kept their engines running incredibly clean. But the managers of these innovative fuel plants soon began reporting heavy corporate sabotage and market manipulation. The powerful petroleum lobby fought aggressively against every single tax incentive that supported local alcohol fuel blends. Between 1933 and 1939, Big Oil successfully killed dozens of supportive agricultural bills. By 1939, the independent plant fuel network was entirely destroyed by aggressive corporate pressure tactics. The only commercial plant fuel network in America was systematically crushed in less than 3 years. It was a calculated war against renewable energy, but one traditional community managed to completely outlast them. The Amish settled in Pennsylvania during the early days of the 1700s and immediately planted hemp fields. The crop was so vital that an entire local township was officially named Hempfield in 1729. Hundreds of water-powered mills processed the strong fibers into ropes, clothing, paper, and clean-burning lamp oil. When the 1937 federal law banned the crop, the Amish were forced to adapt their farms. They quietly shifted to other crops, but they never truly forgot what the magical plant could do. That traditional agricultural wisdom was carefully passed down through generations around quiet wooden kitchen tables. While the rest of modern America completely forgot the plant existed, the Amish patiently waited for things to change. When the 2018 federal farm bill finally legalized hemp again, they moved faster than anyone else. Local Amish farmers quickly organized legal cultivation networks to grow premium hemp using traditional horse-drawn equipment. They required absolutely no modern electricity or synthetic chemicals to produce exceptionally high-quality agricultural products. They did not need a fancy